Most traders lose money on the 5-minute time frame because they treat it like a 1-hour chart and they believe 5-minute time frame is too noisy. What if I told you that the noise is actually where the biggest sniper entries are hidden? In this video, I'm breaking down the exact 30-step strategy I used to trade 5-minute charts. No fluff, no drama, just the rules you need to stay on the right side of the trend. If that sounds good, click the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. If you are interested to be part of my community on Telegram, where I give out free profitable signals every week, click the link in the description to join now. Let's get into the breakdown. Using a 5-minute execution time frame gives you more room for opportunities in the market. If you are 9 to 5 employees, this system is not for you because this strategy requires every damn second of your attention. This system I want to review in this video is good for traders who trade markets as a full-time job. The pair I'm going to use for this strategy breakdown is gold, right? And for you to become a profitable trader this year, you must understand one fact, right? Trend must be your friend. You must be able to understand the direction of the market, and that is number one problem you must solve in the market whenever you open your trading view. And if you look at the 5-minute time frame of gold right now, you will agree with me, buyers are the one in charge of the market. And why do I say buyers are the one in charge of the market? Because this present market condition has the features of bullish market. And what are the features of bullish market? Number one, we have higher high, then higher low. Whenever you are able to spot these features, just have it at the back of your mind that buyers are the one in charge of the market. Right now, on the 5-minute time frame chart, you can see series of higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, then higher low. Then we have higher high, higher high. So this is a structure that represents the heavy presence of buyers in the market. Being able to solve problem number one, as you all know, I'm a blueprint trader. Before I execute anything in the market, I must observe my blueprint. So the first problem you must solve in this market is the trend. Then after that, you must establish a pullback phase. You need a pullback phase or a retracement phase. There are two phases in the market. A moment whereby the price will expand, and when the price will give you a pullback or a retracement phase, then another expansion, a retracement phase, another expansion. So this structure represents buyers. But in other way around, whereby you are trading a downtrend market, whereby price is giving an expansion to the downside, then a retracement, an expansion to the downside, a retracement, then an expansion to the downside. This feature represents presence of sellers in the market. But the first example I want to show you guys in this video is the bullish market example, right? Whereby buyers are the one dominating the market. We have been able to solve the problem one, which is to figure out the trend and to understand where the price is coming from. So price action started a journey, an amazing journey from this support on the 5-minute time frame. Then the buyers took charge of the market and they bought. They give us an expansion phase to give us this swing high, then a retracement phase to give us swing higher low, then another expansion phase to give us a new swing high, then a retracement phase to give us a new low, then another expansion phase to give us a new higher high. So let me bring out this guy so that you can understand. So this feature represents presence of buyers in the market. We have higher low, higher low, higher low, then higher high, then higher high in the market. Whenever you come across this feature, just have it at the back of your mind that buyers are the one dominating the market. And as a trend trader, you're not supposed to do anything against this market buyers, right? If the market is bullish, just keep on looking for buy opportunity. If the market is bearish, keep on looking for sell opportunity. Simple as ABC. Don't try to complicate things. And if you try to trade against the trend, it's like you are trying to catch a falling knife, and that is suicide. And I believe you don't want to stand in front of a moving trade, right? Always trade with the trend. Once you establish the trend in the market, follow the trend. And that reminds me, if you know you are struggling with any trading problem right now, maybe it's finding good entries, stop loss placement, trendline mistakes, risk management, market structure, confusion, and psychology. You can drop your biggest trading challenge in the comments below, and I may feature it in my next video and show you exactly how to solve it step by step. Right now, step number 2 under my blueprint for this strategy is to establish pullback phase. Let me change the chart to line chart. We have expansion, retracement, expansion, retracement, then we have another expansion. So the next step we want to observe in the market is to ensure there is a pullback phase. After this expansion leg, there must be another pullback phase. This strategy works with a pullback phase. You have to wait for price to give a pullback before you take any action in the market. Let me take it back to candlestick chart, and let's play the candlestick one after the other. So if you look at this price action right now, we want this price action to give us a pullback phase, by following this reference. After an expansion phase, then you want to see a pattern like this. Price is now giving you lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. You want to see price to give you a pattern like this. This is a reference picture, right? And if you're able to spot a pattern like this, whereby after this expansion phase, price is now giving you a pattern like this. This is like a reference picture. There are different variations. It might not be as perfect as this picture that I'm using as reference. There are times it might not look like this, but just understand that after this expansion phase, there must be a retracement phase, and the retracement phase must give you a pattern of bearish market structure, like lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, then lower low. So let's continue to play the candlestick so that we can get a reference that looks like this. So let's continue. Now the price is giving us a pattern that looks like our reference picture right here. We have our reference picture right here. Then let us observe the price action. Let me take it to line chart. You can see we have lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Then we have a new lower low. This is a very good setup we are looking for in the market, which matches our reference picture. Then after that, then we need to observe the third step, which is to establish trend line on both sides of the retracement phase. This is an expansion phase. Then after the expansion phase, we're able to see a pattern like this: lower high, lower low, lower high, then a new lower low, right? So you have to establish your trend line on both sides of the retracement. And one thing you must understand as a professional price action trader, trend line is also known as support and resistance. There are times trend line will act as resistance and also act as support, right? I love to use trend line as resistance there by connecting from week to another week. Then I'm going to extend it to the future. So let me bring this guy to this zone. After that, I'm going to wait for price to give me more lower lows for me to establish this second trend line to act as support, so you can connect 2 points together. The most important thing is connect 2 points together, right? You must be able to connect 2 points together. If you look at the trend line acting as resistance there, I'm able to connect point 1 to point 2. So this validates my solid trend line acting as resistance. Then at the bottom, I'm able to also, establish 1 point here, then another point here, which also validate my trend line acting as support as well. If you're enjoying this trading lesson, make sure you follow me on Telegram, Instagram, TikTok, and X, formerly known as Twitter, for live setups, market analysis, and exclusive tips that I don't always post on YouTube. You can click on the links in the description to follow now. First step to observe is to now wait for 5-minute breakout. Simple as ABC. Wait for 5-minute breakout. Don't stress yourself. The first bullish candlestick to close above this trendline resistance here will represent our entry signal. Remember, the entry criteria is to wait for 5-minute breakout until we have the first bullish candlestick to close above the trendline resistance. That is when we are going to execute this trade. So let's continue to play the candlestick. Right now, the first bullish candlestick to close above this resistance we had as our entry signal point, right? So let's keep on playing the candlestick. You have to wait for the first bullish candlestick to close above the resistance and also change the structure to the upper side. So if you look at this place here, there is a resistance around this zone here, which was acting as our last lower high, lower low. So we need the first 5-minute bullish candlestick to close above the trendline resistance and also to change the structure, right? So let's keep on playing the candlestick. Let's exercise a lot of patience. So the first bullish candlestick will give us our entry. So if you look at the bullish candlestick here, this was the first bullish candlestick to close above our structure and also this trendline resistance. And if you pay attention to the momentum of the candlestick, it represents every presence of buyers during the session here. So now we have our entry criteria. So this place is going to be our entry point. Then we'll put our stop loss below here. As a day trader, I don't target more than ratio 1 to 2 in the market. So this is a beautiful setup, A+ setup on gold. And one thing you must understand, no strategy is 100%. There are moments whereby your strategy will experience losing phase and also winning phase. So you must understand that this is not a win-win-win strategy. There are moments you are going to experience, drawdown, take 1 or 2 losses. So it's part of the game. Losses are inevitable. You must understand trading involves 2 phases, the losing phase and the winning phase. So let's continue to play the candlestick. Right now, the price action is moving towards our profit zone, right? So without wasting our time as a trader, don't spend so much time. Just target ratio 1 to 2, right? In the market. Let me adjust this long position too. So we're targeting only ratio 1 to 2, using this amazing 5-minute trading strategy. So let's see what the price action will offer us at the end of the trade. So don't panic. Retracement is also part of trading. There are moments the price will retrace and also expand. Finally, the price action smash the take profit zone. Let me show you the bearish example of this strategy in a situation whereby sellers are the one in charge of the market. Don't forget the blueprint system. When you open your chart, the first thing you want to observe in the market is the trend, right? To know who is in charge of the market. Is it sellers or the buyers? Once you are able to figure out the trend, it will help you to predict the price action. So if you look at the overall direction of the chart on the 5 minutes of EURUSD right now, you will agree with me that sellers are the one in charge of the market. And you can see price action give us an expansion phase, then retracement phase to give us a new lower high, then another expansion phase to give us a new lower low. So sellers are the one in charge of the market. So the second step right now, after the expansion, then you must wait for a pullback phase. You need a pullback phase for this strategy. Don't forget, whenever the price action is trending, there are 2 phases involved, right? The expansion phase, the retracement phase. Expansion phase, a retracement phase. So you can only apply this strategy during a pullback or a retracement phase. Now let me take you to line chart. So this is an expansion phase. After expansion leg here, we have a retracement phase. Then we are now having an expansion leg. After this expansion leg, we should expect another pullback phase or a retracement phase. That is where we are going to apply this our strategy, right? So let me draw the reference picture. After an expansion phase, we want to see the price action giving us, a bullish retracement structure, higher high, higher low, higher high, structural movement. So let's play the candlestick right now after this expansion phase and see what the price action will offer us on this trade. So you can see that the price action is giving us this retracement phase right now. So let me take it to line chart so that you can see very well. You can see the price action have the same similarities with the reference picture. So we have our expansion phase here. Then we now have a retracement phase whereby we're having higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Then we have another higher high. Sometimes trend line serves as support. If you draw it at the bottom, right, by connecting 2 points together, right? Then if you draw it at the top by connecting 2 points together, it will serve as resistance. Your first step right now is to exercise a lot of patience. Wait for 5 minutes breakout. The first 5-minute bearish candlestick to break this trend line support here will serve as your entry. It will validate your sell position. So let's keep on playing the candlestick and wait for the first bearish candlestick to close below this trend line. Finally, we have it here. Let me take the candlestick back so that you can see it. So this was the first bearish candlestick that broke out of this trend line support to the downside. And don't forget, you must pay attention to the candlestick breakout. It must be a healthy momentum candlestick, right? It must be healthy, right? And if you pay attention to the momentum of these candlesticks here, it represents heavy presence of sellers during this session. And we're going to use our short position tool. Here will be our entry point. Then we're going to place our stop loss right above here. So this is like 18 pips right now on Euro USD. And as a day trader, don't target more than ratio 1:2. So I'm risking 18 pips to make 36 pips. So let's play the candlesticks and see what the price action will offer us on this trade. So let's continue. Now price is moving towards our take profit level zone, right? You must exercise a lot of patience whenever you execute your setup. One thing you must have at the extreme back of your mind is there is going to be an expansion phase, a retracement phase, expansion phase, a retracement phase. So don't panic whenever the price action is giving you a retracement phase. It's just a phase that will lead to the next major expansion phase. So let's continue the price action and see what the price action will offer us on this trade. And then the price is moving right now. We have a nice and amazing expansion to the downside, right? So price action finally smashed our TP level. All right, that is all for today. If you are getting value from this video and you want to become a consistently profitable trader, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. I post practical trading strategies, market breakdown, and real trading lessons designed to help you avoid costly mistakes. Join thousands of traders who are already learning and growing with this channel. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next big opportunity.